James gets us underway, then Chelsea in their home blue strip, shooting from left to right. Aston Villa in their claret kit, shooting right to left. Chelsea have been the reigning BWSL champions for 6 successive seasons. That winning era looks to be coming to an end. Failed to win today, and Chelsea's hopes of regaining their title will be mathematically over. Aston Villa looking to move up the table. A win today could take them to 6th.
Chelsea find themselves in unfamiliar territory where they're sitting at the moment in the WSL League table. Obviously Champions League, second leg on the horizon against Arsenal. They're going to have to come back from behind, and they can't have one eye on that midweek game at the moment, because they've got to get a result here to stay in contention of, you know, and secure a Champions League spot for next season.
Yes, the thought of no Champions League football at Chelsea Women's Football Club is probably a frightening prospect for those Chelsea fans.
Come up against that Villa team who are starting to find that momentum, have proved they can take the top teams and cause a problem. Seen that from their goalless draw against City.
Delon quick there to prevent Sam Kerr running through on goal. She's Chelsea's current top scorer, Sam Kerr, but here come Villa with Chastity Grant. Slides it out to Wilms. Ball across is a good one, and it's helped on and in! And Chastity Grant gives Aston Villa a very early lead here at Kings Meadow. Well, what about that, Jenna Squillaci?
Yeah, it was a loose pass, uncharacteristic from Lucy Bronze, a square ball across the box. Chastity Grant had lots of time to put her foot on the ball, wait for the runner, wait for the support out in the wide area. Here you see, loose pass. Sloppy there from Lucy Bronson here, lots of time. Germa doesn't engage, plays in her teammate and then continues her run, and it's a really classy finish there at the near post, but questionable defending there. Chelsea backline switches off. Here you see, plays in her teammate, continues her run here, not picked up. Germa's focused on the ball. Beautiful finish into the near post. Hannah Hampton can't get across quick enough. Lovely finish there, first touch. Great start from Villa.
Slick attacking play from Aston Villa, but sloppy play from Chelsea at the back. Chastity Grant with her first goal in the league this campaign. And Aston Villa take the lead against Chelsea in a league meeting for the first ever time. As I mentioned earlier, Chelsea have won all 11 meetings with Aston Villa by an aggregate score of 28-2, so this would be a real upset. Plenty of time to play though, of course. Here's Lauren James.
That pass from Bronze, there was no need for it. There was lots of options. Square pass across the face of the box is always a dangerous one.
And from a Chelsea perspective, this game, of course, is in between that Arsenal Champions League tie, but that was so sloppy from her side. She'll be so frustrated with that.
Yeah, really frustrated. They give themselves a mountain to climb again, but as you say, it's early on, lots of time to correct it. They've definitely got the quality on the pitch, but those moments you want to start off on the front foot, focused, maybe a little bit of, you know, far too relaxed, to be honest, and against an Aston Villa team who are finding form. It's not a good start.
Breaks for Carpenter, and that back four is a bit of a problem for Chelsea. They've not had a consistent back four. Buchanan's just come back, she's on the bench, she's injured. Lucy Bronze is playing as a centre-back, Millie Bright's still out. So if you look at the back four of Berman, Germa, Bronze and Carpenter, I don't know how many games those four have played together as a set-back four.
Yeah, I don't think that helps. I think being a defender, when I was playing myself, it helps to have, you know, your partners across the line, a consistent centre-back pairing to build out from the back.
It's cap time for Chelsea. Slides it out to James. Lovely little touch. Goes for the strike, well blocked by Wilms. Comes back to Berman, who rattles the shot well wide of target.
Lots of bodies in front of Berman there. Villa set up compact defensively. That's how they like to defend. Numbers back. very compact, difficult to break down, and Berman had to be something special there, but never really got the contact well and drags it wide.
Well, Natalia Arroyo will be chuffed with the start that her side has made. She said she was expecting an angry Chelsea. Well, she's come across a pretty sloppy Chelsea in these early stages. Forward by Berman into the channel. Roebuck's kept her place in goal. Came in recently for the injured Sabrina D'Angelo. This is her fourth successive start in the BWSL. Great to see her back playing regularly after all the health issues she's had. Captain, wonderful little ball through to Thompson. Her ball across looking for Kerr just behind the Australian forward, and James at the back post keeps it alive and very nearly finds the bottom corner herself.
Really slick move from Chelsea there with pace. Beautiful ball, just pops it through both defenders, and great ball in just behind Sam Kerr there, and Lauren James doesn't give it up. No one there to tap it in at the back post.
Three goals in her last 6 in all competitions for Lauren James. Starting to find a bit of form and fitness this season. Won by Berman. Back to Naomi Girma, who signed last season around January for a big fee. Struggled with fitness and form as well, really. As bronze will go back to Hampton.
Just see there, Hansen working back, tracking back for her team. Aston Villa, they like to sit, they sacrifice their possession, and they just wait for those moments to counter-attack. And Hansen is normally the target, but in that instance, she's working back to help her team regain possession.
Conceded 3 goals, Hannah Hampton, midweek against Arsenal. There were a few voices saying she could have done better on the Chloe Kelly goal. Your thoughts on that, Jenna?
I think for her standards, yeah, potentially. We all know a world-class goalkeeper she is, sets very high expectations for herself, so I think she'll be disappointed with that one.
Not much she could have done, perhaps, though, on this Villa goal today.
Absolutely not, I think. It's a very classy finish from Grant, great movement. I think she could ask questions of her defenders in front of her, not engaging and allowing Grant to continue her run into the box, into that near post.
Here's Carpenter. She started all 6 games for Australia at the Asian Cup. Australia, of course, went on to lose the final, 1-0 to Japan. Lots of players across the WSL taking part in the Asian Cup, Australians and lots of Japanese players as well in the WSL. Winning goal in the final actually came from Maika Hamano, former Chelsea player.
Here you see Bruns again, just under no real pressure at all. And knowing Girma doesn't engage. Wilms, great ball into the front post, and there you see that classy finish from Grant. No challenge at all on her.
Maika Hamano, I should say, is not a former Chelsea player. She's a current Chelsea player, just away on loan at the moment. Carpenter can't quite keep it in play. Ellie Carpenter signed in the summer from Lyon. Been a player that Sonia Bonpastor has relied upon a lot. He's had a good season for Chelsea in what's been a pretty poor season overall by their standards. Here's Naomi Girma. Diagonal ball by Walsh. Behind, looking for the pace of Thompson, and nice one it as well, just to prevent the run.
It does really well. I think Thompson dropped in. She wanted the ball at feet. Ellen Carpenter chose the pass over the top, and as you say there, the Aston Villa defender did very well, using her strength to get the better of Thompson.
Kendall helps it on. Miri Taylor can't quite come away with it. Captain. Carpenter now. Promising for Chelsea. Into Thompson. She's dispossessed. Ritz with the challenge, and there's the out ball Aston Villa will try time and time again. Kirsty Hansen in behind. Yeah,
absolutely. I think Kirsty Hansen, that's probably her dream situation there on the counter-attack, 1v1 in a foot race. This time goes in a little bit too strong, but there you see she's pointing where she wants it into the space. A little bit too straight there from Kendall. Now that's going to be an interesting battle there between Bronze, the experience of Lucy Bronze, and that pace and power of Hansen.
It was awarded as a foul, but she is a physically strong player, Hansen. There's not many players that body Bronze off the ball like that.
She is. She's been huge for this Aston Villa team this season, and I think she understands her role in the team at the moment. Obviously no Daly, out injured, who's been an important player, and I guess a player that Aston Villa have relied on for goals so much over the last couple of seasons. But Daly up there, joint 10 goals with Vivian Miedemar is quite outstanding, quite incredible.
Yes, only Bunny Shaw has scored more goals than Kirsty Hansen and Miedemar this season. It's well worked out by Villa. Nice Wonger. Looking for Grant. Breaks though for Hansen. Holds the ball up well.
It's good, I think, against teams like Chelsea. You don't want to panic on the ball, you don't want to force passes, and Hansen there is just nice and composed on the ball, calm, and waits for support.
Bronze jumps out and wins it back. Combines with Nusken. Lucy Bronze playing centre-back at left wing, flicks the ball across, and agonisingly just in front of Alyssa Thompson. Keeps the ball in play, though, the US international. Here's the ball in, that's a nice taken turn by Nuskin, forced back. And the corner can't quite be prevented.
Yeah, better from Chelsea there this time. Lucy Bronze seems to be everywhere at the minute, trying to make up for that mistake. Here you see intercepts in the midfield area and then just drives, continues her run. And then Alicia Thompson, you see her making the run to the back post. Oh, great defending there to take the ball off a captain's head.
She has to take the corner quickly. Lauren James with the curling effort, but that was going straight at Ellie Roebuck. Comfortable catch for the experienced goalkeeper.
I've seen James score from there many, many times before, so you'd never want to not to take the shot on in those areas.
Thompson clears. Chelsea now 3 PWSL games without a clean sheet.
I think that's when you talk about the back line and the inconsistency of a constant back four, back three. You open yourself up, you do become a bit vulnerable, because those partnerships, you know, that communication just hasn't had a chance to develop.
Millie Bright, of course, out injured, and she, for so many years, has been a key part of that Chelsea back line. Chelsea captain as well.
I think just when you see Natalie Bjorn come back as well, really disappointing that to see it come off. Has worked hard in rehab.
Patton nods it behind for a corner, perhaps. I think some of her teammates looking at her thinking maybe controlled that or got that out for a throw-in rather than the corner, but here we are.
Yeah, I wonder there if the communication could be better. She had 4 of her teammates around her. Wasn't taking any chances, though. Sam Kerr was lingering.
They have conceded the most goals from corners, though, Aston Villa. Just take it short again. Lauren James now. She'll go to bend one in, and again, too close to Roebuck.
Yes, comfortable save there from Roebuck. The short corners mixing it up again.
Aston Villa playing with fire, though, allowing Lauren James to strike from range.
Yeah, absolutely. You see there, two Aston Villa players trying to get there. They can't get quick enough, and Lauren James gets her shot off again, but comfortable for Roebuck.
Aston Villa with 1 shot at goal so far, and they've scored from it. Chelsea growing into the game, though, after a lacklustre start. Nice swinger. Carpenter up to Kerr. Cleared before it can reach her. Lauren James collects. Lynn Vilms for company. Grant's come back to help out her teammate. Played inside to Shoka Nusken. Her strike well saved. Put into a dangerous area, and it'll go behind for another Chelsea corner. Chelsea building some momentum.
They are, and it's all coming through Lauren James, isn't it? Out on the left-hand side this time. Here you see. Beautiful footwork, uses her body, uses the weight, changes the position, and Nusken there fires it into the near post, and Roebuck, excellent save. That ball there, once she's made the save, could have landed anywhere, but it's evaded everybody. Great feet from Lauren James. There you see, getting on the right side there, Nusken of Francois fires it in. Fantastic save.
Behind it goes. For another corner, is it? Nusken with the effort and Grant with the clearance.
Nusken there just free, unchallenged. Grant and Roebuck, no communication.
In fact, it's a goal kick forward by Roebuck. Vilms looks for Hansen. Doesn't quite get the execution on the pass correct. Now with Berman. Scored against Arsenal midweek in the Champions League. It was disallowed, though, a little bit contentiously as well. Shame for her, would have been her first Chelsea goal in the Champions League. Here's Lucy Bronze. Finds Carpenter. Villa steal it back, and again look for the runner in behind. This time it's Kendall.
Kendall there just isolated there in the attack. Villa committing a lot of bodies back to defend, and then Kendall was the outlet this time, but none of her players could get near her to come and support quick enough.
Brilliant, threaded through ball to Sam Kerr. Roebuck got a hand to it, but couldn't keep it out. Her first chance of the game, and she takes it. Sam Kerr back in the Chelsea 11 after being away with Australia, levels things up.
She hasn't seen too much of the ball this afternoon, Sam Kerr, but that's what she does best. She just times her run perfectly, hanging off the shoulder of the defender. She points, she's screaming for it where she wants it. Lauren James again, just pops the ball through to Nusken, and there you see, times her run perfectly. It's the perfect ball, first time finish. Roebuck gets a hand, but I think the power of it there. You see, she just curls off the shoulder to time her run. First time. Fantastic, Sam Kerr.
Then a nice one of the Aston Villa defender that looked like she was keeping her onside.
I think it was really, really clever movement from Kerr. You see her, she recognises that she could be offside, but she just bends her run a little bit more to stay onside. And the ball from Nushkin was perfect. And then in those positions, Sam Kerr will never, she's always going to find the back of the net.
Chelsea level then, and hard to say that they didn't deserve it. They have been having plenty of chances, creating lots in attack. And Chelsea's leading goal scorer in all competitions has another, just her third though in the BWSL. Scored on the reverse fixture. Likes a goal against Aston Villa. This is her 8th goal in 8 appearances versus Aston Villa. Lauren James. It's a dangerous ball in. Villa make first contact. And Kira Walsh on the follow-up sends the ball well out of play.
It was a difficult one for Walsh to execute. Jean-Francois was closing her down. She's leaning back over the bar. I think Sam Kerr just going back to that movement. I think that's what she does so well. So intelligent, so clever, and awareness that she has about her. Sometimes she's punished for that movement, you know. I think people don't recognise just how good of a player she is. She's had a successful tournament out in the Asian Cup, come away runners-up, but for her personally, 4 goals out of 6 games. I think even the best players in the world need that confidence boost, and she's come back, and that will do wonders for her confidence.
Thompson does well to win the corner. Take a look at that goal again, the finish. She just wrong foots Roebuck, who goes to the left.
Yeah, she's aware, she knows the defenders chasing her down. She doesn't have time for a touch. Confident enough to take it first time.
Chelsea go with the short corner again. James dinks it up to the back post, and it goes all the way in. Chelsea come from behind to take the lead. Lauren James with the ball in. I'm not sure if Naomi Girma got a touch. Chelsea won't care, they're back at their best, and they're in front here.
James just makes it all look so easy. A couple of times now Lauren James and Thompson have licked up for a short corner in here. It's almost a cross. Oh, does she get a touch? Almost a deft touch, maybe. But Lauren James, she's looking for the back post. I think she gets a... It's hard to call, really hard to call. But she scored goals from there before, Lauren James.
That's a couple of times now Villa have allowed Chelsea to take the short corner, allowed themselves to be outnumbered out by the corner flag, and they've been punished for it. Here they come now, though. Grant's in space, screaming for it, gets it eventually. Here is Villa's goal scorer, Chastity Grant, into the penalty area, goes for a goal herself and fires it across a good-looking area.
Yeah, it's not a bad effort at all. I think when you fire the ball in with that much pace into that 6-yard box, it only needs the slightest of touches. Good response from Aston Villa.
Hampton about to travel forward, sprays it out to Berman. Again, looking for the run of Sam Kerr, and Chelsea fans must be so pleased to have back a focal number 9. And it's still hard from that angle to see whether she touched it, Jenna. I believe the goal has been credited to Lauren James.
Yes, I think Lauren James will definitely claim it. I think Girma will try and claim it too. But I think when you put in the balls in those areas, they're so dangerous. And Lauren James, every time she touches the ball, it's with such finesse. Makes it look effortless.
Chelsea come from behind then to lead. And Aston Villa concede again from a corner. And Conceding goals has been a massive problem for this season. Only West Ham have got a worse defence in the BWSL.
Yeah, Villa normally resilient and hard to beat, frustrate teams, but as you say, been leaking far too many goals of late. I think when you're looking at their performances, that consistency to be able to perform over the 90 minutes, they've really struggled with. I think they almost play a very good half and then they're just nowhere to be seen. So they just need to try and make it consistent over the 90 minutes, because definitely got players the quality to be a force.
We'll go through to Hannah Hampton. And WSL Football launched their brand new app earlier this week, offering fans of both the Barclays WSL and Barclays WSL 2 a front row seat. To download that, fans can search WSL Football in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. Here's Kira Walsh wearing the captain's armband this afternoon, with Millie Bright injured and Erin Cuthbert on the bench. Captain. Chelsea playing with a bit more confidence and swagger after taking the lead. And it goes to James. Lovely little touch inside. Lauren James from range, and she finds the bottom corner. She looks unstoppable this afternoon. Lauren James with her second. Chelsea's third, and they lead Aston Villa by 3-1.
Yeah, unbelievable. Lauren James again picking the ball up, cutting inside. You can see she's only got one thought in her mind when she enters that territory. Great switch from Kira Walsh. She's allowed time. Far too easy to get past Moritz, and in those areas she's got one thing on her mind. This time she keeps it low. Almost a diagonal, cuts it back across the face of the goal into the bottom corner. Roebuck can't get across. So powerful from range. There you see a change of pace and power. Fires it home, keeps it low, and Roebuck can't get across quick enough.
When she's good, hard to think of anyone better in the BWSL than Lauren James.
Yeah, and I've played against Lauren James many times and been in those positions where you think you've got her, you think you're going to challenge her, and she just glides past you. She looks so effortless on the pitch, but you honestly can't get near her. And when she gets that extra yard, changes the gears, she leaves you for dust, and you've seen that there with Moritz. She can't get close to her at all. And then she's got that quality, that end product. Fantastic.
For all those Chelsea fans watching on that were a little dispirited after losing 3-1 to Arsenal in the first leg of the Champions League quarter-final, well, second leg at Stamford Bridge, Lauren James is on it. They've got a big chance.
Yeah, absolutely. I think not having Sam Kerr in the team, Lauren James often is that focal point. So with Sam Kerr up as that focal point, it allows Lauren James to have that bit more freedom, and that's where she shines. That's where she's so dangerous.
Thompson, Nusken, intricate play from Chelsea, but Carpenter not quite on the same wavelength as Captain. And where do Aston Villa go from here, Jenna?
I think they've just got to be defensively solid here. They can't afford to concede anymore. The next goal's very, very important in this game. I think it's got to be Aston Villa. They've got to, you know, they've had one shot, one goal.
And here they come again with Grant, who got the goal. Holds it up, back to Wilms. Looking for the run of Orient Jean-Francois, former Chelsea player, but Kira Walsh, the woman that kept her out of the Chelsea midfield, lets the ball run out of play.
They've got to find a way to stop Lauren James, which not many teams have worked out quite yet, but even if it's doubling up, making it more difficult, closing her down, engaging a bit quicker, not allowing her the space to cut inside and get her shot off.
Hannah Hampton, 7 clean sheets this season. One of the best in the league. Not one today, though. Does Chelsea give possession away a little cheaply? Nusken fires it forward. No player in Chelsea blue had made the run. Quarter of an hour to go till half-time then. Chelsea in control now. Nice one, they're on loan from Arsenal, plays the ball in field. Helped back by Hansen out to Grant. She's got Wilms on the overlap. Hansen trying to get into the penalty area. The ball goes across to her, and she finishes. Kirsty Hansen, Aston Villa's top goal scorer, comes up clutch again. Brilliant finish. And Aston Villa not quite out of this yet. Chelsea 3, Aston Villa 2.
We said the next goal was going to be important. It had to be Villa. Great team goal. Really well worked. Grant to Wilms again. And it's the ball from Wilms, first time. Hansen, she's onside, it's tight. Lucy Bronze, I think she's concentrating on the ball. Not aware of Hansen there, getting in at the back post, and Hansen opens up, slots it in with the inside of her foot. Hansen's coming out, she's under the pressure there. It's a difficult one for Hansen to actually execute, but she does it so well. Excellent team goal from Aston Villa.
Might have hurt herself a little bit in the follow-up to that goal. Brilliant finish though, and a finish from a player that is in fine form. Her 11th BWSL goal of the campaign.
Wilms, got to give credit to Wilms again, getting high up the pitch. Deliveries into the ball have been excellent. Twice she's done it and twice they've ended in goals on a plate. And brave from Hansen to continue with Hannah Hampton firing out of her goal to close her down.
She'll be disappointed with that again, though. Sonia von Passau. She spoke ahead of this about how they need to keep the balance, take some risks to score goals, but she won't be happy with the number they've conceded today already. No,
absolutely not. And I think with Chelsea, probably the last 20 minutes, they've enjoyed a lot of possession. Players higher up the pitch, attacking in numbers and switching off defensively.
Lucy Bronze, is playing centre-back. Is that her best position?
I mean, she's that type of player, versatility. She's excellent, but I think her position is out on the right-hand side. It's not her primary position, and I think that's the risk you take, isn't it? But, you know, Lucy Bronze, she's that experience that you can put her anywhere and she can do a job, but, yeah, I think they're just body positioning maybe, focusing on the ball and not the player at the back post, and you've been punished there.
Love that little move from Ellie Carpenter, but the referee's given a foul throw against her. Smart, though, to just throw it off the back of Lauren James, and this is what the scoreline currently does to the table. Then Chelsea leapfrogging Manchester United and Arsenal into second place. If they get the win here, that is. Bronze fouls Hansen. Chelsea are missing centre-backs. We spoke about that, Bjorn, Millie Bright. They do have Buchanan on the bench, but she's coming back from a serious knee injury. You need to be careful with the minutes she's played.
Absolutely, but I think when you're prepping to play against Villa, you've got to be aware of that counter-attacking threat. That's how they set up. They suck you in and they pick the moments, and they've done it very well on 2 occasions.
That's a brilliant ball into Kendall. Nice swanger. Back in field to Moritz. Aston Villa having a spell of possession in the Chelsea half. Moritz, nice swanger, finds Kendall, back to Moritz, brilliant play from Aston Villa, the ball in, falls at the feet and comes to Kirsty Hansen, who strikes and finds the net. And Aston Villa are level, and it's Kirsty Hansen again. Hannah Hampton can't quite believe it. Aston Villa have been devastating in their attacks. 3-3.
Wow, what a comeback. Patient build-up play this time. Lovely little setback there from Kendall, and here you go off the knee, and Germa comes, but not with any real conviction, and Kirsty Hansen again. Here you see the little knee into the path, and Kirsty Hansen takes it first time on the right foot. I think there's bodies in front of Hampton. But there, she's got a bit of curl onto the shot. But fantastic from Hansen, great movement, and again, you've got to question the defending from Chelsea. Too easy there for Aston Villa.
What a spirited comeback from Aston Villa. 10 minutes to go till half-time. What a treat we've got on our hands here, Jenna.
Well, yeah, it's been busy, isn't it? But again, I think Aston Villa, every time they've gone forward, committed the bodies forward, it's ended up in a goal, which is a worrying sign for Chelsea.
I wonder if that will change the way that Aston Villa approach the second half. If they can see that Chelsea can be got at, might be better to go and attack rather than try to soak up the attacks as Chelsea are in behind here with Sam Kerr, a volley over and flag up against her anyway.
Yeah, definitely, I think any fear that Villa had, I don't think they need to have that anymore. See, Hansen is effective every time she's getting the ball. You see Lauren James linking up with Kerr. Kerr this time can't keep her run on.
And you spoke then just then about fear of Chelsea. I do wonder if that fear of Chelsea has gone. They were unbeaten under Sonia Bonpastor for so long. They lost to Everton and they've not been their best this season. Do teams look at Chelsea now and think, we can get a result there?
I think they're definitely vulnerable. They've got their vulnerabilities at the back that we've touched on. Injuries to Bjorn, Bright, and then Buchanan coming back. They're key players who start, and they've been conceding far too many goals, and I think at the other end of the pitch they've scored the less goals than those teams above them, which you know is different. They're in a space they've never been in, this Chelsea team, as well as balancing Champions League, and I think other teams are getting stronger in the league. You know, no game is a given.
Ball across is chested out by Vilms. Still alive here for Chelsea. Not quite. Yeah, looking at the current goals scored, Chelsea have scored 20 goals fewer than league leaders Manchester City.
Which is, you know, so unlike Chelsea. But again, the injuries, no Ramirez. Aggie Beaver-Jones has struggled. Sam Kerr is just coming back, finding her back to her best. So, you know, they've had injuries, but so have other teams up there competing. But yeah, they're in unfamiliar territory for sure, and it's Sonia's second season. There's been a lot of movement in terms of players, and as I say, I think that the fact that every other team around them in the WSL was investing and strengthening it's difficult for teams to stay on top.
This game could go either way. Very entertaining for the neutral though. Here's Carpenter, James. Play will be stopped as Shukanuskan is down for Chelsea. Keen to see a replay of that one. And that wouldn't be good news for Sonia Bonpastor. She's got players on the bench like Cuthbert, Baltimore, Potter, she might want to bring on, but we're trying to manage the miniature players, and there's that first Lauren James goal.
Beautiful finish. There you see Germa.
If you're Germa, are you claiming that, Jenna?
100%. 100%. But Lauren James at the heart of everything attacking-wise for Chelsea.
But Chelsea looking vulnerable defensively. Aston Villa have cut them open on 3 occasions and scored 3 times. Remember though, Chelsea have won all 11 of their BWSL meetings with Aston Villa before today, so I'll have confidence in that with that record as Nuskan's back up on her feet and looks she might be all right to carry on.
She's just rolled her ankle there, painful one. No other player interfere. Oh, she's going to have a lovely bruise on that in the morning.
Sprained ankle is such a painful one, isn't it? Why do your ankles do that, eh? Thompson. Chelsea looking to get back in front. Lovely combination. Walsh out to Carpenter. Plenty of bodies to aim for in the box. Off, nice winger and behind for a Chelsea corner. Aston Villa have looked pretty vulnerable from corners.
I think that's Chelsea at their best there, moving the ball quickly in tight areas. Aston Villa there could only stand and watch. Movement of Thompson, awareness of Kira Walsh of the space and the run from Ellie Carpenter.
Nuskin back into the fray. This time in by Lauren James, and the flick on. Nearly followed at the back post by Germer. Hansen away.
There's Nuskin who made the run to the near post, but the ball just glides past her. Evades everyone in that box.
Here is Naomi Germer, that has been actually credited with the goal. Now Opta have changed their minds and given the goal to Naomi Germer. So Kerr, Germer and James, the goal scorers for Chelsea.
Must have been a deft touch at the back post.
I think for the definitive answer, we're going to have to see what they say at the end of the game.
They'll both be playing with it.
Jean-Francois. Grant, player that got the scoring underway in under 2 minutes. Nice winger, steps away from Lauren James really well. Villa enjoying a good phase in the game.
Showed real character. I think 3-1 down against the Chelsea team, you know. Some would say they might just give up, but they haven't. They've fought back. They've got themselves right back into this and been a lot more clinical.
Stuck to their task. Strong in transitions, Aston Villa. Kirsty Hansen, such a asset for them. Carpenter wins it back. They need to lose it immediately to Moritz, but Chelsea get the throw. Back to Bronze. Looking for the run of Captain, and it'll go all the way through to Ellie Roebuck. And you do sometimes, get games near the end of the season like this, where it's a little bit wild, when teams are perhaps focused on Champions League or other games going on. I remember Aston Villa beating Arsenal 5-2 around this time last season.
Yeah, it all starts to get a bit chaotic, doesn't it? And obviously the squad rotations, I think, play into that from those teams competing in the Champions League. You know, it takes players that time to gel. I know I've mentioned it before, but it really does, and I think you're seeing that. And I think for Chelsea, the squad and the rotation and the players they brought in, yes, they're quality, they're elite, and the investment that goes into the squad are for moments of the season like this. But they do take time. You've got players playing out of position, and the injuries as well can have an effect.
Hansen wins the free kick. She's been brilliant this game. As she has all season for Aston Villa. She's played every single game this BWSL campaign for the Villains. And without her, you'd think, where would they be?
Absolutely, I think she's definitely one of the first names on the sheet, and the whole game plan is based around her and her strengths of being that direct player, blistering pace, strength, and then that end product, which we've seen today.
Pattern clears. Captain felled in the air. Bronze heads it back. Is there a chance for one of these teams to snatch another goal late on? 3 minutes of injury time at the end of the first half. Jean-Francois finds well with Moritz. Wonderful ball the outside of her foot to find Kendall.
Does well there just to stand Kendall up. Hansen had made the run. Moritz, sorry, had made the run beyond. Germa stuck to task, didn't dive in, just delayed the attack.
Nusken to Germa. Hampton out to Berman, back to Thompson. It's a nice ball up to Captain. Little back heel finds Berman. Nusken thought about shooting, opts to keep it instead. Patient approach play from Chelsea in the final stages of this first half. Here's Lauren James. Looks to go past Moritz, she does. Lauren James from range, straight into the stomach of an Aston Villa defender.
Chelsea did really, really well there to keep possession, to play out of the pressure from the Aston Villa, who'd set up resolute in their defending, and then Lauren James again brushes Moritz off. You can see Moritz, she gets close to her, but still Lauren James gets the better of her, and that's a painful one for the Villa defender.
And it goes for an Aston Villa goal kick. She's had a brilliant first half, Lauren James. You feel there might be another goal in this for her yet.
Yeah, I think in terms of Chelsea building for the midweek game, this is probably a bit of a nightmare for Sonia. She was hoping at 3-1 she might be able, potentially, one eye on the second half and resting some players, but absolutely not. They're in for a fight.
Cleared by Germa, northered on to Kerr. Lynn Wilms has it for Aston Villa. She's been brilliant. Assists for all 3 of Villa's goals, Wilms.
Yeah, 2 carbon copies out there, joining the attack, covering the ground, and first-time crosses into really dangerous areas.
There's the half-time whistle, then goals galore in a frantic first half. Chastity Grant scoring after 2 minutes. Sam Kerr then went to level things up for Chelsea. Chelsea then went in front, Naomi Germa and Lauren James on the score sheet, but 2 goals from Aston Villa's top goal scorer, Kirsty Hansen, got things back level for Aston Villa. Half-time, it's Chelsea 3, Aston Villa 3. We're back underway then. Aston Villa took the lead in the first half, went behind and then managed to get back level. Who knows how this second half will turn out. Hopefully as entertaining as the first half, Jenna Squilacci.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Chelsea half-time team talk will probably be around their organisation defensively, taking pride in their defending. For Aston Villa, I think it would be continue as you are.
Aston Villa win the throw-in, and they've actually been better on the road. Aston Villa picked up more points. As for Sonia Bonpastor, 2 of their 3 losses this season have been at home.
From an Aston Villa point of view, you think scoring 3 goals at Kingsmeadow and coming away with no points would be devastating. You know, score 3 goals, you expect to get something out of the game.
Is James, back to Berman. She had a brilliant first half, Lauren James. Can she reproduce that? That ball, though, was not a great one, and it's intercepted. One back by Thompson, who then does well to win the foul. Callum Jones, our referee, awarding the free kick to Chelsea.
Hansen there. Thompson feeling the full force of her.
Here is Thompson. So quick when she gets running at you. Ball across, it's not a bad one, it's a shanked clearance, but Grant's there on the follow-up to finish it off.
Taylor got away with that one. Thompson does well. You can see the Villa players doubling up on her in those wide areas.
Ahead of this game, Natalia Arroyo, the Aston Villa manager, spoke about how her team might need to suffer at points. A lot of managers talk about suffering, Jenny. What's that all about?
Riding the wave, because you come under so much possession and you've got to be brave and you've got to be willing and focused to suffer that. And I think Aston Villa are a really good example of that. 3-1 down, you're suffering. Chelsea had a lot of possession. They had to sacrifice the ball, but what they do, they know their strengths, they know their roles on the counter-attack, and they've got themselves back into it.
And here they are on the counter again. Grant. A deflection off Berman, taking it away from Hansen. Thompson. Looking for Kerr, who'd lost her footing. Jean-Francois was a part of that treble-winning Chelsea side before she signed for Aston Villa in January for quite a big fee. 22 appearances and 2 goals for Chelsea last season. Nice one, looking for Hansen, cleared by Bronze.
A good move for Jean-Francois. In a bid for more minutes in the WSL, gaining that more experience, taking her game to the next level.
Brian Sorensen there, and then Aston Villa coach. He is a technical advisor, taking on that role after leaving Everton. He was the first manager to beat Sonia Bonpastor in the BWSL here earlier in the season, as Wilms goes with a long-range effort and wins Villa a corner.
Listen does well there, just stands, makes Wilms make a decision. It's nice to see, helping each other out. Just winded there.
Aston Villa are ranked second for set play goals scored and goals from corner. Only Manchester City are better.
Well, Anna Patton, last week was clinical. Key part of these set pieces for Villa. There you see her. Walsh has been tasked with marking her.
Deep looking delivery. A good punch from Hampton, but behind for another corner.
And well, command in the box, she had to come. There's lots of bodies around her. And a Patton there just in front of her, really strong punch away.
Another in-swinger. Bronze meets it. And the effort from Taylor was a poor one. Nice wonger. Brilliant looking delivery into the Chelsea area, and well, Hannah Hampton was scrambling. She wasn't quite sure if that was going behind for a goal kick or not.
She was, she made herself big there. Luckily it glides past the post, but a really dangerous ball. Here you see, just shaping up, and oh, it's a brilliant ball. It drops into a really dangerous area, and Hannah Hampton there almost miscues the bounce of the ball. Goes out for a goal kick.
Strong start to this second period for Aston Villa. James over the top for Berman. First couple of touches, sits down the defender, lays it back, but well read by Jean-Francois. And can Villa counter now? Well, here they come, Noella Moritz. On to Hansen. Germer engages. Taylor.
Chelsea done well there just to delay it, stop the counter, and now forced Aston Villa to play backwards and sideways. Yeah, that's the moments there. Chelsea better defending there on the counter-attack. Kirsty Hansen against Germa. Germa doesn't dive in, forces Hansen back. You didn't see much of that in the first half.
Should be said that neither side made any changes at the break, but Chelsea look poised to make a couple now. Erin Cuthbert readying herself. Germa. James. Will latch on to the through ball. First time cross. Picks out Captain, who runs straight into the Villa defence. In by Berman, out by Patton. Patton again on the clearance. Chelsea's turn for a spell of possession and pressure. James looking for the run of Kerr. Didn't quite get the angle of the ball right. Nice one, and we'll just let that roll out for a Villa goal kick.
There's a beautiful bit of skill there from Nishkin initially. Bring the ball down, controlling the ball. Just a bit too heavy on the pass.
Here come those Chelsea changes then. Germa, one of the players coming off. She scored one of Chelsea's goals. Sandy Baltimore coming on to replace her. The captain also off for Cuthbert, so interesting to see how that affects Chelsea's back line then, with Germa, a centre-back, coming off for Baltimore, who's a winger or a wing-back.
Baltimore, another one of those Chelsea players that is versatile, can play across your back line, also across the front line.
No players putting more open play crosses for Chelsea in the BWSL than Sandy Baltimore, as Erin Cuthbert takes the captain's armband. Could hear the Aston Villa player there in agony after that challenge. It's Hansen. Two Scottish internationals there, and Hansen and Cuthbert.
Like Bernard dropped into centre-back position, and Baltimore come out on that left-hand side. Expect her to get high up the pitch and join into those attacks.
Lucy Bronze, the player that has left Hansen in a heap. Here's the substitute Baltimore. James in field to Berman, who was actually a natural centre-back herself, but has been playing left-back when needed. James lifts it in, out by Patton. Villa can't clear their line successfully. Nuskin. Minutes into the second half, not a goal yet. Quite like the first half, as poor Kirsty Hansen gets her foot trodden on again. A couple of bruises after today, Hansen. As Bronze finds Thompson. In field. Walsh now. Baltimore. Spotted the run of Kerr, who comes across and goes down. And the flag is up for offside. Aston Villa a little fortunate there, because that looked like a penalty.
Yeah, I think be interesting to see that one again. But Baltimore, I thought she'd picked the wrong pass initially. I didn't see the run of Kerr, and there you see Kerr. She's offside. Yeah, offside. Really good run again. Good vision for Baltimore to spot it. Robot will breathe a sigh of relief there.
And Kirsty Hansen is struggling with that foot injury. She might need a bit of the magic spray, Jenna.
The magic sponge, you don't see that anymore. Yeah, she's taken a bit of a beating in this second half, and I think she'll be used to that, she'll be wise to that. The kind of player she is, key player. Opponents will recognise that, and they'll look to nullify her and put her off of her game.
Chelsea ownership watching on. Kirsty Hansen be able to shake that off. Aston Villa fans will certainly hope so, because they don't have too many options to replace her, although Ebony Salmon is on the bench. Let's take a look at those goals from her then.
Beautiful goal. Ball, sorry, into the 6-yard box, and Kirsty Hansen just creeping in at the back post. The wrong side of Lucy Bronze, and then there, first time finish. Striker's instinct there, into the bottom corner. Looks like she's going to be able to get back onto the pitch.
You can hear Sonia Bombuster on the sidelines trying to hurry things along. Aston Villa actually have quite a tough remaining fixtures after this. They've got Arsenal at home next, and West Ham at home, and then London City Lionesses away. As for Chelsea, Everton away next, Leicester away, and then on the final day of the season, Manchester United at home, and that looks like it might be a battle for third place in the final European spot when those two face each other. Thompson trips away past one player, but Neiswinger is there.
Yeah, good covering from Neiswinger. Thompson there just trying to wrong foot the defender.
Bronze leaves it for Carpenter. Kerr flicks it on, out by Patton. Only so far as Walsh, back to Baltimore. Smart ball into the box, Nusken. Comes back to the German midfielder, helps it on to James. Her ball across is met by Patton. Patton always there to head the ball out of the box when it comes in. Carpenter now, her ball across. Cleared by Villa.
Lots of Villa shirts there covering that near post area. Defensively putting the work in, supporting each other. Really slick play from Kira Walsh and Carpenter out on that right-hand side. 1-2 touch, give and goes.
Chelsea were threatening in the first half from corners. Went short a couple of times, and their goals came from that. Also looked dangerous when they put the ball in. In from James, on by Bronze, and it struck the body of Taylor. A couple of cries from the Chelsea crowd for handball, but they were more hopeful than anything. An hour played then, all things level. As the ball's put in, again, Patton clears. James toying with Neiswinger, but she's shown her too much of the ball, and here comes Aston Villa. All just behind Grant. Up to Wilms, 3 assists already to her name. Grant Kendall. Villa opt to keep it rather than risk the ball. Nice swanger. Won't quite latch on to that forward pass.
Just too heavy. They do look confident when they're in Chelsea's half, moving the ball. It's not panicked. You can see there's real process to the way they want to play. Not forcing anything.
Back by Taylor. Quickly gives it away. Here's Sam Kerr. Baltimore. Kerr and Thompson on the last line of defence, and the ball forward. Well read by Patton, who's been brilliant in this second half for Villa defensively. Grant. Hansen. Patton's continued to run. Grant. In field to Hansen, who goes for the curling effort and strikes the upright. Nice swanger. She'll go for the curler, and that off target.
What an effort from Hansen there. Technically excellent. Again, Villa committing bodies. Hansen there opens up her body, gives herself an extra yard. Fires through the laces and it comes crashing off of the post / crossbar. She's allowed that space. She's got the power, she's got the quality.
Hannah Hampton didn't even dive for it. And in this second half, it's Aston Villa who have gone closest. Clear by Niswanger. Carpenter. Chelsea always threatening when they go forward though. Thompson. Chelsea throw in. Chelsea have conceded 3 goals in successive matches now in all competitions. Won't be something Sonia Bonpasson will be happy about. 3 against Chelsea midweek and 3 here against Villa.
Yeah, it's got to be a worry for them for sure, especially going into this period with some huge games in the league, as we mentioned, to secure that Champions League place for next season, as well as still competing in it. Arsenal midweek.
Nuskin, back to Carpenter. Very busy in that right-hand side, lots of bodies. Chelsea instead try and switch the point of attack. Berman wants Baltimore to make the run. French forward doesn't oblige. Lauren James in space, just what she likes. James out to Carpenter. Cross towards the back post, and Patton got there. And she had to get there because Sam Kerr was waiting.
A really important header there. Anna Patton. And as well, Taylor does very well. She had 2 Chelsea players crowding her in the penalty box. She gets the clearance. You've got to remain focused, switched on now. These are the moments where you talk about the suffering.
Anna Patton's been brilliant so far this second half. She really has. Everything that goes in that box, she heads out. Missing Lucy Parker today, of course, Villa, as Bronze lofts it in. Jean-Francois with the clearance, and Grant latches onto it. They are moving the ball with confidence, Aston Villa, Jenna, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely, and I think a lot of that comes from the way they've got themselves back into this game. You know they can punish this Chelsea team. They've just got to pick their moments, which they did perfectly in the first half. But I think as the game goes on, when you're without the ball for long periods of time, you do start to tire, and that's when they've got to really switch that focus on. You can't afford to switch off, because that's what teams like Chelsea do, and when they come into their own, they punish you.
Cuthbert helps it out to Thompson. Here's Carpenter, blocked by Niswanger. Back to Thompson. Packed penalty area. Blue shirts waiting the cross. In it comes, at the near post. It's reverberated off a couple of players and gone off Kerr in the end.
Oh, that Ellie Carpenter, a fantastic ball into the 6-yard box. Such power in it. It creates so much chaos between the defenders. And Kerr there, I think it comes to her too. She doesn't know much about it. Comes off, I think. The Aston Villa defender onto her. She has no time to readjust and out for a goal kick.
Changes then coming for Aston Villa. Mary Taylor making way. And on comes Hijikata. She was away with Japan in the Asian Cup. Helped them win the trophy. Scored a goal in the win over India. Chelsea fans trying to urge their side forward. Baltimore. Nuskin. James. She's had less space this second period, James. Aston Villa have marked her a little better. Nuskin comes away with it. Baltimore in with her left foot. Kerr was there and Thompson behind her with the follow-up header, couldn't keep it down.
Clever from Kerr. I think she gets a shout from Thompson, but it's an awkward height for Thompson to be able to execute it. Nuskin does really, really well, just using her strength to hold up. Great feet from Baltimore. There it is. Kerr lets it go through, and it's an awkward one. The height of the ball for Thompson to get the header off. Too much power on it, takes it over the bar.
7 goals in the BWSL for Alyssa Thompson this season, since joining in the summer. She's been a good signing for them. And she tries to get in behind here. Roebuck is there.
Good from Roebuck, good starting position. She had to time that right. Big, big moment. Play. Walsh there just showing her strength. So a little clip of the heels there on Naiswanga. Ref lets play go on.
Kira Walsh dispossessed by Hijikata. Baltimore back towards her own goal. Approaching the final 20 minutes here. Level at 3-3, and it's really hard to say which way this is going to go.
Yeah, it's not been as open in the first half at all. No real clear-cut chances for either team.
Nice chance that crossbar strike from Hansen. Look at the XG there. Chelsea with a superior XG and far more goals than expected. Pensive look on the face of Sonia Bonpastor. Been a confusing game from a Chelsea perspective, hard to analyse.
Yeah, and I think they're in for a fight now. I think it's not a good situation for Chelsea given the amount of games they've got coming up. Touched on it earlier, you know, at 3-1 up, you really want to go in and kill the game off, and you can start to look forward to that midweek game, but credit to Villa, they've got themselves right back into it, and Chelsea are in for a fight now.
Baltimore, Nuskin. James, Kerr comes short for it, doesn't play her. Nuskin. Back with James, but Aston Villa sitting in their defensive shape. Got their distances right. Chelsea probing. Cuthbert, ball in behind. Look at the pace of Thompson. Fired out of play there by Delon.
Nice one there, just caught a bit flat-footed, and Thompson gets on the right side of her, and then great covering from Delon.
That looks like her last action in the game, Vanessa Thompson. She's off, and coming in is Niamh Charles, who gets a big applause from the Chelsea fans. She hasn't played this calendar year, been out with an ankle injury, so Chelsea fans will be pleased to see her back. Cuthbert back to Carpenter. Berman. Out to Charles. Combines with Baltimore. Into Nusken. Couldn't quite help it back to Walsh. She was well marshalled by the Aston Villa defenders.
It was Jean-Francois. Was very tight to her in the box, Nusken, but she does very well in those situations, using her strength and using her body to keep hold of the ball.
Baltimore. Lifts it goalwards. Taken off the head of Cuthbert. Up by Moretz. And you can hear Sonia Bonpastor and how cross she is at that decision. Chastity Grant, who's down, wanting a bit of attention, and Chelsea running out of time, and that is what's frustrating Bonpastor.
Definitely, it just breaks up the play, it breaks up the momentum. Chelsea are on top, enjoying a lot of the ball, and they want to get this done.
And this could be important as well. If you look at the table as it stands, with just a point, Chelsea would still be outside the European places. It'd be level on points with Manchester United, but with an inferior goal difference. Level on points with Arsenal, but having played 2 more than the Gunners. So getting the win here today is really important for their season.
Yeah, it's a really important 15 minutes ahead of them. Definitely got the quality on there, but Villa defensively have been resolute this second half, and they look organised, they look disciplined, and they're frustrating this Chelsea team.
And you wouldn't put it past Villa going on and nicking a winner either with you on the counter.
Absolutely, because Chelsea have got to push for it. They've got to go for it. You've got players on there that can create those moments of magic. You've got Lauren James, if she can just find half a yard. But that comes with risks. If you're committing everybody forward, Aston Villa have players who can equally punish you, and Ebony Salmon now just entered the field. Came on and made a huge impact for Aston Villa last weekend against Leicester. Be looking to do the same.
She scored when these sides last met. And she has 2 career goals against Chelsea as well, Ebony Salmon. Carpenter, looking for the cutback, comes instead to Walsh. Cries of shoot, but Hansen is there to prevent her path to goal.
She was teeing up for it there, but the ball just didn't fall kindly for her. She couldn't get it under control.
WSL Football launched their brand new app earlier this week, offering fans of both the Barclays WSL and Barclays WSL 2 a front row seat to download the app for free. Fans can search WSL Football in the Apple App Store or in the Google Play Store, wherever you get your apps. Another break in play then. Ellie Roebuck is down, looking for a bit of treatment. And once again, Sonia Bonpastor and her backroom staff very irked by that.
Yeah, I think every team's done it, haven't they? It's managing the game, the dark side of the game.
There is discussions, isn't there, around how they're going to address this. They might make it so that if the goalkeeper goes down, that the players aren't allowed to go over to the manager and get instructions.
Chelsea taking advantage of it as well there. The notepad's out.
Final stages of this game then. Oh, and in fact, it might not be a tactical timeout because D'Angelo is getting ready as if she might come on. Let's have a look at what happened. In fact, that's the first goal. There's Kerr's level up. And then Germa and Lauren James with the 2 goals that put Chelsea in front. And after that, I would have thought Chelsea would have gone on to win it, but Kirsty Hansen had other things to say about that. 2 goals from her, and that's why we're at 3-3. I think Ellie Roebuck is going to be coming off here then for Sabrina D'Angelo. She might have hurt herself, and I feel a little bit sorry for her getting those boos because she's clearly in a bit of distress and is having to come off.
I'll take it back, what I said. Yeah, she had a tough time, Roebuck. Back playing again this season, has struggled through illness and injuries, and sad sight to see her come off this afternoon.
Let's hope it's just a little injury that she'll be able to shake off soon. So that's unideal as well from a Villa's perspective. You don't really want to have to change your goalkeeper midway through a game. But Sabrina D'Angelo is a competent second choice. She was the first choice goalkeeper for Aston Villa at the start of the season. Lost her place to Roebuck when she came in. Difficult situation though to come in now though.
Yeah, it is. She's got to be sharp, she's got to be ready. She's going to have to soak up a lot of pressure coming her way. Lock in.
Back underway then. We will have quite a lengthy amount of stoppage time on the end of the 90.
Now if you're Chelsea, you recognise that substitution, get shots off early, put her under pressure. Won't have long to warm up to get game ready.
Cut up by Hansen. Downfield by Wilms. Salmon up against Lucy Bronze, and she's a brilliant player on the counter. Ebony Salmon got bags of pace, brilliant in front of goal.
Links up very well with Hansen, and she's got that ability to create some magic herself.
Here come Chelsea. Charles dinks the delivery across and cleared away from goal. Will it fall for Baltimore? Yes, it will. Breaks for Kerr. It goes to Lauren James. A couple of miscued efforts from Chelsea there, but good moment for the Blues as the ball's put back across. Patton again wins it ahead of Kerr. Still, Villa can't quite clear the ball. And Hijikata does eventually.
Yeah, just can't clear their lines, can they? It's coming back. Always seems to land at a Chelsea shirt.
Back into the Villa area. Again, out it goes again. No path to goal. That middle area all blocked by claret and blue shirts as James puts it in. Again, it's cleared. A little bit frantic. Lauren James lifts it up. And Delon does get a good foot on that to clear.
There's lots of bodies in that penalty area. Aston Villa players just getting anything on it, lashing at the ball. Just need to get a bit of calm in there.
Berman into the final 10 minutes. Nuskin just opened up for her. Charles, the delivery took a little nick and makes it comfortable for D'Angelo.
Almost wanted Nuskin there to continue running, be direct, stay central. The space had opened.
One back by Carpenter. Into Kerr. Onto Nuskin! And Chelsea find the goal! Brilliant move! Wonderful combination play, and look at what it means to Shoka Nusken. Chelsea 4, Aston Villa 3.
Unbelievable move. Like it's straight from the training ground. Ellie Carpenter, alert, intercepting, into Kerr, back to goal, just lays it off to Nusken, and it's the perfect finish. Here you see Villa playing out from the back. Carpenter does excellent. Kerr, lovely little set, it's perfect, and Nusken, what a finish. Opens up her body, curls it into the corner. Perfectly weighted pass from Kerr, and perfectly weighted finish.
Chelsea find the goal they've been looking for, and they're back in front. What a big goal that could be for their season and for their hopes of playing European football next campaign.
Yeah, the movement of the ball sped up there. Sam Kerr, she knew exactly where Nusken was. She's one step ahead. One touch. Nusken finds herself in space, and quality, top-class finish.
Credit to Sam Kerr as well for the assist. She doesn't just score goals, but here come Aston Villa already looking to react. Ebony Salmon can only find the side netting, and that would have been some story if she had leveled straight away.
Yeah, I think Salmon, her pace gets the better of Ellie Carpenter. It's really well. Only one thought in her mind there, the angle's tight. It's crashing off the outside of the net. That's again a little wake-up call for Chelsea. They can't switch off.
Baltimore keeps it in play, back to Charles. Aston Villa will feel a little disappointed if they come away from this with nothing. They've played well, but have Chelsea done enough? Back to James. Here is Chelsea's 4th goal scorer, Shoka Nusken. Chelsea now trying to take the sting out of the game. The onus is on Villa, who were so effective on the counter, but with the game's stake, can they change the way and they play to get back into this?
Yeah, it's their turn. Time now to slow the game down, manage the game. Still think at 4-3, it's a risky scoreline. You want to push on and try and get the 3 points over the line comfortably.
Charles. Field to Baltimore. Gets away from her defender. To Nusken. Chelsea don't need to risk possession. Into the final 5 minutes then. Ball for Baltimore, who will keep that in. Searching cross. And Patton's clearance, fortunately for her, finds the gloves of D'Angelo.
She just lashed her there, Patton, didn't she? But Baltimore, I think since she's come on, she's had an impact out on that left-hand side. Balls into the box have been dangerous. 1v1s in the box. She's won them time and time again. And there's always that end product.
Given away by Villa. Chelsea really in no hurry now to get play back underway. Be back to winning ways for Chelsea after drawing last time out in the BWSL against London City Lionesses. And as things stand, it would take them above Manchester United and Arsenal in the table into 2nd place 9 points, though, off Manchester City. Not mathematically out of the title race yet, but it would have to be a massive miracle for them to win it now. Baltimore up to Kerr with the French forward. Baltimore flicked it around the corner and Nuskin hadn't quite read it. I don't think D'Angelo was able to make a save before she had to pick the ball out of her own net after coming on as a late sub, although not much she could do about that Nuskin goal, really, was there?
No, it was a top quality finish from Nuskin. D'Angelo couldn't do anything to stop it.
It's a good-looking ball from Wilms, but Salmon had fouled her marker.
Nudge there into the back. I think Salmon comes off worse.
Walsh collects from the goalkeeper. Berman into Nuskin in space. Helped on now to Sam Kerr. Through on goal, pokes it goalwards, good save. And Aston Villa player left down after that. Sam Kerr goes to check she's all right.
Well, that's a great ball. Sandy Baltimore again, this time midfield, perfectly weighted. I think it's DeLonge, does really, really well to get back. Great recovery run. Just put Sam Kerr off a little bit. D'Angelo there making herself big at the near post. Here's the goal. Could be the difference. Excellent Ellie Carpenter. Lovely set from Sam Kerr. And an exquisite finish from Nuskin.
A roar of delight as well from Joke Nuskin. Nice. The call goes against Chelsea there. Free kick Villa. Offside, it looks like. Into the final minute then. Plus any injury time, of which there will probably be quite a few because of various injuries. We're looking at around 8 minutes, in fact. Nuskin dispossessed illegally in the eyes of Callum Jones, the referee. Free kick Chelsea. By Lauren James. Again, flag up against Baltimore. Chelsea looking confident, perhaps a little casual. Game's not quite over just yet. Here's Wilms. Just to get it forward to Salmon, who rolls her marker really well. Ebony Salmon, Hansen to aim for in the box, and it's cut out by Walsh. Comes back to Hijikata, and again, Kira Walsh is there, the rock for Chelsea in that defence.
Excellent from Walsh.
And now here comes Sam Kerr then, running at Delon. And running away from goal, as 8 minutes has been announced of injury time.
Salmon there on that counter-attack, just use her strength to body off Charles, and then the delivery, Kira Walsh there, recovering well, being in the right place to cut out the cross. That danger, but again, that's just a reminder of the threat that this Aston Villa team do have on the counter-attack, that pacing behind.
Chelsea are trying to tempt Villa into the press so they can play around them, and if they won't press, well then Chelsea will just hold on to the ball. They're in no rush to move it forward. Hampton plays it out. 3 goals she's conceded today. to make too many saves beyond that, actually. Villa have been efficient in front of goal. Here's Wilms. Back to Kendall. Brings her goalkeeper into play. Ball had gone out of play before it reached Salmon. She's had a good game, Lauren James, on the score sheet for one of them. Got an assist for one of the others. Flicked on by Kerr is Cuthbert. Under pressure from Dillon. And now Baltimore will take up the role of trying to keep it in the corner.
Yeah, Lauren James continuously having an impact on every game she's playing at the minute, which is great news for Chelsea fans ahead of what is a very important week for them. Arsenal midweek and then Tottenham Hotspur in the FA Cup on Monday.
Hijikata, back to Jean-Francois. Ebony Salmon with a nudge in the back there, it's always going to be a foul. There is that Lauren James goal.
She's so dangerous, driving infield, space in front of her. Confidence, quality to take the shot on and distance.
Hijikata comes away with it. Chelsea get the throw, and they're just trying to see this out, Chelsea. Bit of a compliment, really, to Aston Villa that they're taking it to the corner, trying to slow it down. Forward by Wilms, but it'll be brought back for a foul, for free kick for Aston Villa. Do Aston Villa have a final sting in the tail? Forward by D'Angelo. Baltimore gets first contact up against Wilms. And then it's good from Baltimore to see it out for a Chelsea throw. As Sonia Bonpas still prepares to make another change. Lexi Potter looking like she's about to come on. Having a bit of a breakout season, the young player. Her goal currently winning it for Chelsea. Liskin helps it out to James, up against Niswanger. Finds Cuthbert. James makes her way past a couple of Aston Villa players and down under the pressure from Niswanger, gets the free kick.
Great skill there from Lauren James, just rolling the ball. You see she gets past Niswanger, who has to make the challenge. Dangerous area for a free kick.
Niswanger just trying to hold on to James as she's past her. Gets herself in the referee's notebook as well. And that will be Lauren James's last action of the game then. Good 95 minutes for the England forward, who smiles at the Chelsea fans. And she will be replaced by Lexi Potter, a player who's been at Chelsea since she was 8 years old and is starting to get minutes in the senior side now.
Big performance from Lauren James. Great ovation from the fans, she thoroughly deserves.
Baltimore lifts it towards the back post, and Potter, with her first touch of the game, nearly scores for Chelsea.
Yeah, found herself lurking, back post, unmarked again. Academy, product of their academy.
Oh, and that's a little bit short, but Angelo dealt with it. Now it might break for Villa here. Salmon, bronze across and deals with it well. Oh, doesn't manage to prevent the corner, and that, a bit of an unforced error there. She had time to get rid of that.
I think she almost put her foot on the ball, took it out, and then trying to convince the linesman. And out for a throw.
Well, final minute then. Forward comes the goalkeeper. Can Aston Villa find a late leveller? Steal a point? In from Nyswanger, good-looking delivery. Bronze with the header. Jean-Francois brings it down. Back in by Nyswanger. Still alive, and Hannah Hampton collects. For a moment, for a fraction of time, that looked like it was going to find its way into Chelsea's goal.
Yeah, it was driven back in. That's the initial corner. Lucy Bronze clears it. Nyswanger gets a second attempt. Oh, it bounced, it could have landed anywhere. Patton was trying to get the volley off. Thankfully for Chelsea fans, it lands into the palm of Hannah Hampton.
And that is it then. An enthralling encounter at Kingsmeadow. Chelsea edge it though. Shoka Nuskin's second half goal, the difference in the end for Sonia Bonpastor's side, but a really good performance from Aston Villa as well. They took the lead early on through Chastity Grant, 2 goals from Kirsty Hansen. Lauren James, though, played a key role in this game, scored one herself, set one up for Naomi Girma. Sam Kerr also on the score sheet, but a big win for Chelsea to take them into second place in the BWSL table. They have managed to escape with all 3 points here. Full time, Chelsea 4, Aston Villa 3. Well, what a enjoyable afternoon we've had, Jenna Squilacci.
Yeah, I mean, a great game first half, had absolutely everything. It was end to end. Just when you think Villa are down and out at 3-1, they find that fight, that character to get themselves back in it, and made it very uncomfortable for Chelsea at times. But ultimately, the quality of Chelsea and that movement for that last goal was undeniable, and you know, that class came out, and they've edged it, they've stayed in it. But this is huge for Chelsea to get back to winning ways ahead of what's a very important Champions League week.
And Chelsea fans will be so pleased to see Sam Kerr back from the Asian Cup, looking fit and firing, getting on the score sheet. Ellie Carpenter as well, also playing a big role. Her interception for the 4th goal made that goal. How useful they could be up against Arsenal midweek in the Champions League. So there are the match stats then. Aston Villa with 3 shots on target, 3 goals from it, but more efforts on target and off target from Chelsea overall. Let's take a look then at the highlights of the game. Well, Aston Villa came out flying from the whistle. Grant into Wilms, back to Grant, who helps it beyond Hannah Hampton for the opening goal.
Loose pass from Lucy Bronze into the middle of the pitch. Grant there, just patient, waiting for her teammate for the run. Wilms, great first-time delivery back into the path of Grant, who makes the run to the front post, and it's a cool finish at the near post.
Chelsea, though, after that, looked to respond, and they responded through Sam Kerr.
That's great movement from Kerr to stay onside, just bends her run. And then their clinical first time, the power takes it past Roebuck, who can only get fingertips to it.
And Chelsea were threatening all game from corners as well. Lauren James lifting in a good-looking ball for Naomi Gurma to get the slightest of touches on.
Yeah, 2v1 out in the wide area. Lauren James, beautiful delivery into the back post, and Gurma gets the slightest of touches to ensure it goes into the back of the net.
At 3-1, Chelsea, 2-1, sorry, Chelsea went on to make it 3-1. Lauren James with the strike from range.
She just glides past Moritz into the space in the central area and then keeps the shot low and hard.
Aston Villa weren't done yet, though. Once again, Lynn Wilms with a delightful ball across the face of goal, slotted in by Kirsty Hansen.
Yeah, perfect ball into the 6-yard box. Kirsty Hansen gets on the blind side of Lucy Branch and fires it home first time.
And Kirsty Hansen was at it again moments later when it fell kindly for her in the penalty area, guiding the ball into the bottom corner.
Just instinct here from Hansen. It falls at her feet. First time finish inside of the boot. Cushion down. Brilliant strike.
Kirsty Hansen very nearly got a hat-trick. That strike from range crashing off the bar.
She was a real threat every time the ball was at her feet. Kirsty Hansen here. Excellent technique. Just crashing off the post.
But Villa tried to play out from the back, and how they were punished for it. Shoka Nusken with the 4th goal.
It's got to be move of the game there. Perfect from Ellie Carpenter. Samka, excellent back to goal, and Nusken. What a finish.
That goal, the difference. A look at the results and fixtures from across the rest of the league then. Yesterday it was Derby Day, Everton 2, Liverpool 3. Manchester United lost 3-0 to Manchester City. Arsenal beat Tottenham 5-2. Here it's ended Chelsea 4, Aston Villa 3. The latest between West Ham and London City Lionesses, it's 1-1. And the 3 p.m. kickoff, it's bottom of the table, Leicester against Brighton. And this then is how the table looks after that. Well, that was an important 3 points for Chelsea. It's taken them up to 2nd place, 9 points off leaders Manchester City, but crucially in a European place. They've supplanted Manchester United for that European spot. Arsenal in 3rd with 2 games in hand, and Everton and Aston Villa both on level on points, so Aston Villa still in 8th. Let's get a bit of post-match reaction now then.
Well, firstly, that was a good game for the neutral. What was it like to play in?
Yeah, it was a tough game, really intense. I think Aston Villa, they showed what they can. Yeah, we did a good fight in the end, and I think it was a deserved win.
Another goal or 2 for you. Laura, you claiming that first one?
Claiming both. Yeah, just happy to get more goals and yeah, continue helping the team.
How did you manage that risk of going forward when you know how dangerous Villa are in the counter-attack? It looked like you were just trying to outscore each other.
Yeah, I think we like tried to keep the balance with our midfielders as well. So it was a balance between going up and down, but I think we did it quite well and didn't concede any transition in the end.
And obviously you have one eye on the Champions League midweek, but this result is really important for Champions League next season, you know, bumping you up to 2nd.
Yeah, for sure. I think that was obviously the aim today, after the results yesterday, just to try control what we can control and play our best and win the games.
Well, you are the Barclays WSL player of the match, so congratulations.
Lauren James then claiming that goal off Naomi Gurma. I wonder if Gurma will also try and claim it. We'll see how that ends up, but brilliant game from Lauren James. And let's get some reaction now from the Villa camp.
So a difficult game, maybe good for the neutral, but how was it for you to play in?
Well, yeah, we started actually quite good with a fast goal for us. Then obviously they have, yeah, individual quality with obviously also Lauren James, who scores 2 fast goals, and yeah, you know that it's coming and you're trying to defend well as a team and stuff. And then I think we did a very good job to equalize, and we know that, yeah, they don't always want to defend back, you know. So we are good in that counter, so we're trying to, yeah, make our game from that. And then we were 3-3, and then it's frustrating that it ends like this, to be honest. Yeah.
You've been needing to, as a team, work on converting the chances you create. You had 3 goals from 3 shots on target in the first half, which is a pretty impressive return.
Yeah, I think we do that good. Obviously, that's also our quality, and now we're also trying to play a bit more, which is hard because you know that Chelsea's going to press, but I think we did that good in moments.
You've had some good performances in this block. It must give you some confidence going into the last one.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm feeling good. I'm healthy. That's the most important thing, and I'm just happy to be in this team.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
That's it then from us from Kings Meadow, where Chelsea have beaten Aston Villa by 4 goals to 3. Until next time, and goodbye for now.